Okay, so you guys sent us your sources on Iron Flame, and it's a lot.
Yeah,
It's a
it's
whole lot to unpack.
a lot going on.
So what we're going to try to do today is cut through the noise and, kind of like give you the core knowledge of like what's going on politically,
Mm-hmm. Right.
personal
It's
battles, and maybe even some secrets that could like rewrite everything we think we know about Navarre
yeah,
sat
exactly. 'Cause
beyond.
we've got political fault lines, personal battles,
Yeah.
secrets that could change everything.
Yeah, it's like a whole
Mm.
nother level.
Yeah, and we know you're already following the story, so we're just going to jump right in.
Yeah, jump right into it.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's just start with the political landscape because
Yeah.
that feels like the thing that's like
Yeah.
shaky right now.
It's really shifting under everybody's feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The official updates at Bassagueth, like, compared to what Brennan has on that secret map,
Oh, right. Yeah.
it's pretty alarming.
Very different picture.
Yeah. The Barrens are like completely crimson.
Yeah, supposedly they're empty, but
Yeah. And it's bleeding into Breivik.
right over the Dennis River even.
Yeah. So
That's
that's
some odd.
not a good sign, and it feels like a very deliberate attempt to
Yeah, it's definitely more than just like, different intel reports or something.
Yeah. No.
This is like
Yeah.
a calculated effort to keep people in the dark.
yeah, about
How bad it really is.
maybe even the riders themselves.
Right.
Yeah.
You have to wonder like who benefits from that?
Yeah.
And what are the costs,
Yeah.
What are the societal costs of that kind of strategy? Like,
Yeah.
it really makes you question the stability of Navarre itself.
Yeah. And then there's the whole Wardstone thing.
Oh, right, right.
Like the one they have is basically useless.
Useless.
And it's all about the luminary and how it's going to,
Amplify dragonfire.
amplify dragonfire and everything. But like Violet even says, like, what if the Wardstone isn't actually useless?
Right. What if it's not the stone itself?
Yeah. And then there's this idea that maybe there's another Wardstone.
Another one, some way.
Yeah. Or that like the knowledge to make new Wardstones
He's just lost.
is gone to
Right.
history.
But how does that even happen?
Right, like why would you lose something that important?
Yeah.
Could have been some huge
So,
catastrophe.
yeah. Right.
Or maybe somebody deliberately, suppressed that information.
Yeah.
Or just kind of got lost over time,
Yeah.
like little by little.
Yeah, but either way, like that leaves Navarre.
Super vulnerable.
Yeah.
If that luminary is all they got.
Yeah, it's like one single point of failure.
That's it. Yeah.
Scary thought.
Yeah, and this whole like political tension, spills right into the Sorrengail family.
Right.
Like Brennan's take on their mom, General Sorrengail.
Oh gosh.
He's cynical.
Well, he's been through a lot.
He's like, she might as well have, yes, there are Vinin, now go back to class, tattooed on her forehead.
Oof.
Like that's
harsh.
yeah. And then she's not even there when they give out the war games orders.
Right. Like where was she?
And Colonel Ados is in charge.
Yeah, that's
Like, where do her loyalties lie?
right. Like what's she really prioritizing here? Because
Yeah.
Brennan's, obviously got his own viewpoint now,
Yeah.
colored by what he's seen.
Right.
But he clearly doesn't trust their mother's motives.
Yeah.
Or at the very least, he thinks that she's,
Right.
more concerned with something else than the Vinin.
Yeah.
And then she misses this big military thing that just adds fuel to the fire.
And then there's the whole desertion issue with Zayden.
Yeah.
Like being sent beyond the wards by Ados into combat
Mm-hmm.
and then being threatened with desertion charges.
It's messed up.
Like that feels like such a,
Huge abuse of power.
yeah, like what is Ados doing?
Right. Like, what's his angle there?
Yeah.
Is he just trying to get rid of Zayden?
Yeah.
Or is it something bigger? Like,
Yeah.
is he trying to, weaken the writers somehow?
Right.
But either way, it's really disturbing.
Yeah.
Like, it shows a real lack of integrity.
Yeah. And it shows how dangerous it is to like question
Yeah.
anything.
To go against the grain at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we see this whole like relationship with Poromil and how precarious it is.
Right.
Like the fact that they're even thinking about extending their wards into Poromil.
Yeah.
It's like, how bad is it over there?
Exactly. And it really emphasizes how important those wards are,
Yeah.
for everyone's safety.
Yeah.
So extending them into another country. I mean,
Oh,
that
yeah.
could be Navarre trying to protect themselves.
Right.
Or maybe it's a gesture of, goodwill
Yeah.
to Poromil. But it's definitely a tense situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like this balance of power that could
Totally fall apart.
totally fall apart. Okay, so it's important to remember as we talk about, General Sorrengail's possible motives and how people are, viewing this Venanin threat differently.
Yeah.
We are just reporting on what's in these excerpts.
Yeah, exactly.
We are not taking sides.
Yeah.
This is not like...
We're not endorsing anything.
Yeah, this is not a political show.
Right, we're just
trying
trying
to
to
understand what the source material is telling us.
yeah, understand what we're reading here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's dive into the personal conflicts now because,
Yeah.
this is where it gets like...
Gets juicy.
Yeah, a little juicy. Violet and Xaden, their relationship ends, and
Right.
it's really all about his dishonesty.
Yeah.
We see these glimpses of like the secrets that he's carrying.
The weight of all that.
Yeah, leader of a revolution, always gonna have secrets.
Heavy stuff.
That's a lot
Yeah.
for anyone to deal with in a relationship.
For sure. And it shows all, how secrets can just destroy trust.
Yeah, even if you really care about each other.
Yeah, and you can see he wants to tell her,
Yeah.
but he can't.
Yeah, it's not that simple.
And then it's not even just romantic relationships that are like
No.
messed up.
Siblings.
Her relationships with her siblings are strained.
Mm-hmm.
Brennan's sorry for leaving,
Yeah, he clearly regrets it.
but Mira seems like,
Not so much.
yeah, not so happy.
Yeah.
And then she ends up in Arecha.
Right.
So it's like, what happened there?
I mean, this whole situation is just putting so much pressure on their family.
Yeah.
Like, Brennan comes back, and he's different. He's changed. Being away from Navarre has changed him.
Yeah.
But Mira's been dealing with everything.
Right.
All the sacrifices and the struggle.
Yeah. And then they all end up in Arecha.
Together again. Yeah.
Yeah. So are they going to, like, reconcile?
Maybe.
Yeah. Or is this going to be like
A disaster.
Yeah.
After that.
And there's Dane Ados.
Don't even get me started.
Like, everyone hates him.
Yeah. Can you blame them?
And it all goes back to, like...
That whole thing with Violet.
Yeah.
He totally betrayed her trust.
Yeah, and Xaden is so protective of her.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he basically tells Dane...
To back off.
To back off.
Yeah.
And it's like...
Don't touch her.
Yeah, like, she is in danger.
She is.
Yeah.
And Dane is a big part of that danger.
Yeah.
So, yeah, not a fan of Dane.
Yeah. So, and then Major Varish.
Oh, that guy.
He is a bad guy.
Yeah, he's definitely an antagonist.
Like, he's always taunting Violet.
Mm-hmm.
And he knows about her 2 dragon bonds.
How does he know that?
Yeah. And then he's, like, searching her things.
Yeah, like rooting through her stuff.
He's, like, obsessed with Xaden's jacket.
What is that about?
I don't know. And then there are those attacks.
Right, on Imogen and Aya.
Yeah.
Not cool.
Yeah. It's like this whole hostile environment.
Mm-hmm.
But in the middle of all this, a resistance is forming.
Oh, really?
Like, it's happening.
Wow.
There are these marked ones, and they're, like, acknowledging Xaden.
Following him.
Yeah, and they're smuggling weapons, and they've got a base in Arecha.
A whole secret base.
It's like a full-on rebellion.
Yeah, this means, like, people are really unhappy with how things are being run.
Yeah. And they're willing to, like...
Risk everything.
Risk everything to change it.
Yeah.
And even within the Writers' Quadrant.
Right.
Loyalties are all over the place. Like, cadets are just running away when they give the War Games orders.
Yeah.
And then there are these writers who fought with Violet, but she doesn't even know them.
Wow. Yeah.
Like, who can you even trust?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, everything's falling apart.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about the dragons for a second.
Okay.
Because they're, like,
Yeah.
central to everything.
Huge part of the story.
Yeah. And Darna is like...
Violet's second dragon.
Yeah. And she's growing so fast.
Way faster than normal.
Yeah, like unnaturally fast.
Yeah.
So what does that even mean?
Right. Like, what's going on there?
Yeah.
Is it her lineage? Yeah.
Is it something about,
Right.
the magic in the environment?
Yeah.
Is she just, like...
Yeah.
Special? It's like,
Yeah.
she's got a big destiny.
Yeah. And then there's this thing about Skiel and Taryn.
Oh, yeah.
And their bond has, like...
Unusual effects?
Yeah, unusual effects.
Yeah.
What does that even mean?
I know, right?
Yeah,
It's not very
yeah.
specific.
Yeah.
But it's got to be something.
Yeah.
I mean, are they communicating in a different way? Do
Yeah.
they have, like, special abilities?
Yeah.
Can they affect things around them?
Yeah.
Like, it could be anything.
Yeah, and who knew that, like, a dragon's tail movements
Yeah.
were a matter of, like, choice.
Choice and need.
Yeah, like, they're not just...
Yeah, they're not just wagging their tails.
Yeah.
They're communicating.
Yeah.
They're smart.
Yeah, they're not just beasts.
Intelligent creatures
Yeah.
with their own ideas.
Yeah, and they're not just, like, powerful creatures. They are, like, active participants in all of this.
Yeah, they make their own decisions.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they don't always do what their writers want.
Right.
Yeah.
So you got to understand what they're thinking.
Yeah.
What motivates them. It's not just about the humans.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so Violet is, like, obsessed with knowledge.
Yeah.
Like, she's got this research project
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of dangerous.
Sounds risky.
Yeah, and she goes to the archives with Xaden,
Mm-hmm.
And they're looking for this specific book.
The Fables of the Baron.
Yeah, and they're like desperate for information on wards and wardstones.
Yeah, anything that can help them. It's
Yeah.
like they're running out of options.
Yeah, she's not going to give up.
No.
But the problem is that like so much knowledge is just
Lost.
lost. Like the Lutheran language,
Yeah.
the Moraine
They're
language,
Tirandor.
it's all gone. And so
Yeah.
they have to rely on these translations.
Which could be wrong
Yeah.
or missing stuff.
Yeah, it's like how much information?
Yeah.
How much history?
Yeah, it's just gone.
Like, are there warnings in those old languages?
Yeah, that they just don't know about.
Yeah.
It's a huge disadvantage.
Yeah. And then there are the runes.
Oh, right, the rune.
Like, they seem so important, especially to, like, the history of Basgiath
Yeah.
and Triss's teaching runes now.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, like, what is that going to unlock?
Right, like what secrets are hidden in those symbols?
Yeah.
Could be spells or protections or maybe even like
Yeah.
clues about the Venen.
Yeah.
It's a connection to the past
Yeah.
that might just save their future.
And then the signet blocking elixir.
Ugh, that's a nasty one.
Violet is, like,
Determined.
determined to find an antidote.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe Brennan can help,
Maybe.
but it's like this whole other level of, like,
Yeah.
threat.
Taking away their powers.
Yeah, it's like, how do you even...
It's a smart strategy, but also like
Yeah.
really ruthless.
And then there's Felix, and he's working on conduits.
Conduits.
Yeah, to, like, channel power.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's like,
New magic.
yeah, no magic.
Maybe this is what they need. Yeah.
To fight back.
It could be a game changer.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so things are escalating.
Oh, yeah.
Like big time.
Yeah.
Samara is attacked.
Oh, no.
And that means like Zayden's in danger.
Yeah, he is.
And then Violet is captured.
Oh, God.
And she's interrogated and tortured by Varish.
That's awful.
Like, it's brutal.
Yeah, they're not holding back.
It's like they're getting desperate.
Yeah, they're willing to do whatever it takes,
Yeah.
no matter who gets hurt.
And then General Fenella is dead.
No.
Yeah. And the trade routes are all blocked
Wow.
by griffins.
Griffins.
Yeah, so now it's like a war on multiple fronts.
Yeah, they've got Vinin and Griffins.
Yeah, and who knows what else.
It's too much.
Yeah, how are they even going to deal with all of this?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's going to take some serious strategizing.
Yeah.
Maybe some new alliances
Yeah.
if they want to survive.
Okay, and then there's this huge battle against the Wyverns,
Right.
and the Assembly is making all these decisions.
And there's so many casualties.
Yeah, it's a bloodbath.
It's like they're losing.
It's not looking good.
Yeah.
And even if they win this battle,
Yeah.
what happens next?
Yeah, like how do you recover from this?
Yeah, what will Navarre even look like?
And then they're trying to raise the wards in Arisha
Yeah.
using Warwick's journal,
Okay.
and all the riders and dragons are there.
Mm.
But there's this weird thing in the ritual.
Yeah.
It says they need 7 dragons,
7?
but they only have 6.
That's a problem.
Yeah, what's that all about?
Yeah, like, is there something they're missing?
Yeah.
Is there another dragon out there?
Yeah.
Or did they just get the ritual wrong? I mean, who wrote that journal?
Right.
Can they even trust it?
And then General Sorengale.
Oh, no.
She dies
Wow.
while they're trying to activate the wards.
That's a huge loss.
Yeah, like who's going to lead now?
Right.
Yeah. What's going to happen to Navarre?
This changes everything for everyone.
But then these flyers show up from outside of Navarre.
Like, where did they come from?
Yeah. Kat and Serena are there.
Interesting.
Yeah, and they form this uneasy alliance
Right.
with the Basgiath cadets.
Well, they all need each other now.
Yeah, it's all about survival,
Yeah.
but it's tense.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, like they don't trust each other,
Right.
and they're trying to integrate, but
It's not easy.
yeah, they have these rune lessons and
Yeah.
sparring sessions, but like,
That's not going to fix everything.
yeah, there's so much history there.
Yeah.
Like, can they really overcome all that?
I mean, they have to, right?
Yeah.
If they want to survive.
Yeah.
But it's going to take more than just, shared activities.
Yeah.
They need to actually talk to each other,
Right.
understand each other,
Yeah.
respect each other.
Build some trust.
And then they go on this mission to get the luminary.
Yeah.
And it's Violet and Zayden and Mira
And Brennan.
and Brennan.
Wow, the whole gang.
Yeah. And they have to go through Poromil.
That's risky. It's super dangerous.
Yeah.
But this luminary is like,
Their only hope, it could
Mhm.
change the whole war.
yeah.
So yeah, they're willing to take the risk.
And they actually fight a Venin,
Oh, wow.
like a real Venin.
Like one of the Solas.
Yeah, Solas, and they use those alloy daggers
Yeah.
to kill it.
So they're figuring out how to fight them.
Yeah.
That's a good sign.
Yeah, that's like a huge victory.
Yeah, they're learning.
Yeah, and they capture Jack Barlow.
Jack Barlow.
Yeah.
What do they know about him?
Well, he's connected to the signet blocking serum,
Oh, right.
and
Yeah.
maybe even to the venom themselves.
So he's a valuable prisoner.
Yeah, he might have some serious intel.
Hopefully they can get him to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Brennan's survival.
Right.
Like that whole secret comes out
And he's like,
right in the thick of it now.
yeah. And it seems like he's going to be super important.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a unique perspective.
Yeah.
He knows the writers.
Right.
But he's also seen what's out there.
Beyond Navarre.
Yeah, so maybe he's the key to like,
Figuring this all out.
yeah, figuring it all out.
Yeah.
And then there's this whole deal between Violet's mom
Okay.
and Zadin.
What?
Yeah, like they made this secret pact
That's not good.
and Violet has no idea.
Yeah.
And it's like, what did they agree to?
Right.
And why?
Like, was it a strategy?
Yeah,
Or was it,
right.
like a betrayal
Yeah,
or manipulation?
yeah,
It's hard to know what their motives are.
yeah. And then we get this little hint about Zadin's signet.
Right.
And it's like, it's connected to shadows.
Shadows.
Yeah, and information.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's not just about fighting.
Yeah, it's about intel.
Yeah,
Espionage.
Yeah.
That makes him even more valuable to the rebellion.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's this huge blow up between the Sorengale siblings and their mom.
Oh, gosh.
Like they just let everything out.
Yeah, all the resentment.
Yeah, and it's like they have completely different views.
On the war, yeah.
Yeah, on how to fight this war.
And probably on their mother, too.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like how are they going to unite Navarre when they can't even
Unite their own family.
produce their own family?
It's not a good sign.
Yeah,
But maybe this is what they needed
yeah,
to clear the air,
Yeah.
to actually move forward,
Yeah.
you know?
yeah. Okay, and then Lyra's journal,
Right.
it's got this info about the ward stones
Mm-hmm.
and how they need 7 dragons.
7.
Yeah, 7 dragons to activate them.
But they only have 6.
Yeah, and it's like,
Why 7?
yeah, is that like a magic number?
Right.
Is it some kind of like historical requirement?
Maybe it's how the wards were originally created.
Yeah.
Or how they're supposed to work.
Yeah.
It's a big mystery.
But it's a clue.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Navarre's wards fall.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's this massive wyvern horde
Attacking a reed?
attacking Orisha.
Okay.
This is like
Final stand.
the final stand.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what do they do?
I don't know, but they're fighting. They're not giving up.
They're resilient.
Yeah.
Gotta be.
Yeah. And Violet's powers are getting stronger.
Mm.
And all the riders and dragons are working together.
You're a team.
Yeah, like a real team.
That's what they need.
Yeah, maybe that's how they'll survive.
Yeah. Their bond is their strength.
But so many people are dying.
Yeah.
Like, it's a massacre.
It's heartbreaking.
Yeah, every victory
It comes at a cost.
comes at a cost.
Yeah.
So even if they win...
It won't be the same.
Yeah.
Navarre will be forever changed.
Okay, so that was a lot.
It was a lot.
Iron Flame was a lot.
Yeah.
A Kingdom on the Brink.
Yeah.
Betrayal.
Dragons.
Lost knowledge. A fight for survival.
It's intense.
Yeah,
Yeah, we definitely had some aha moments,
we did.
as we went through all this.
Yeah, like piecing together
Politics,
Yeah.
the relationships.
mysteries.
Yeah, it's a complicated world.
Yeah, so think about this.
Okay.
Like, Navarre is vulnerable now. So what does that mean for the rest of the continent?
Right, like what's going to happen now?
Yeah, and this alliance between the Riders and the Flyers.
Is it going to last?
Yeah,
Can they really trust each other?
yeah,
And what about all the other secrets that are out there?
I
Like,
know.
we've only scratched the surface.
yeah. So here's the final thought.
Okay,
We know what the Wardstones now,
right.
and we know they might need 7 dragons,
Mm-hmm.
and we know that Andarna is like
Special.
special and growing super fast.
Right.
So
What if she's the key?
yeah, what if she's the key to
To a
like,
new kind of ward.
yeah, a new kind of ward or,
Maybe there's another dragon
yeah,
that we haven't met yet.
no.
The 7th dragon.
Yeah, like what's going to happen?
Who knows?
Yeah, it's exciting.
It is.
Okay, thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Yeah, this was fun.
Yeah. Keep those questions coming.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next time.